Hey everyone.
Hey. So sometimes life gets crazy.
Crazy.
And it's hard for both of us to get in front of a camera for an extended amount of time. So every now and then we will have videos with just one of us.
Except now it's just both of us.
Yes, kind of like an intro to the video, just me. Hey there, it's Jen going solo today without Logan because I wanted to share a little bit about how God has worked on me, specifically in our marriage, and the impact that that's had on my relationship with Logan and on our marriage. I used to be that wife who thought all of the problems in our marriage was because of Logan. And it turns out I actually had a lot to work on myself, still have a lot to work on, very much a work in progress. But I have learned some things, gotten a little bit better about certain things, so I wanted to share those with you. A hard lesson for me to learn has been that I need to support Logan in his decisions no matter what, even if I don't agree. The whole Ephesians 5. And let me just say that that does not mean sinful decisions. I'm talking about when we have to make a decision for our family and we are not seeing eye to eye, that I still need to let him make the ultimate decision. Which is hard because I struggle with pride and I think I'm right a lot of the times. But I really have learned that I need to trust Logan, and if I want him to be the leader of our family, because I very much do, he should be the leader of our family, then I need to let him. And that includes letting him make decisions, whether I think it's the right one or not. Be open to constructive criticism. This is another hard one because, like I said, I struggle with pride. And the key word to this is constructive criticism. If your spouse is being mean to you, then you should not tolerate it. I'm talking about something a little different. I'll give an example. My sister-in-law, she's married to my brother. She's always been really great about serving her husband and always asking if he wants something to drink, if he wants something to eat, and she fixes it for him. And it's just really inspiring, and I've noticed that she does that, and so has Logan, because he has told me how much he likes that my sister-in-law does this, and he told me that he would appreciate if I did the same, which is hard to hear. I honestly, half the time, didn't think about asking Logan if he wants something to eat or drink, and the other half, I just figured, he's a grown-up, he can fix things himself. Which sounds terrible, I know. I'm glad he told me that. It was hard to hear, and I could have gotten just mad and started a list of things that, I was good at, as opposed to focusing on that one thing that I wasn't doing. Well, there's a lot of things I don't do. Because of the way he told me, it was much easier to think about it and pray about it and realize that I really could be serving him better, and it's not that hard to ask him if he wants something to eat or drink and to fix it for him. It's, I love him. I want to serve him. I should serve him. We should be serving each other. But had he not told me how he felt, he probably could have been building up resentment and bitterness, and it, never ends well. So I'm glad that he told me, and I'm glad the way he told me, because, I really was able to think about it and realize that I should try to do what he wanted, because he does appreciate it. Pick your battles. It's hard to know which battles to pick, and it took me years to decide on the whole taking out the garbage scenario. Growing up, my dad always took out the garbage. That was like his thing, and he was good at it, and so I just assumed once I got married, my husband should take out the garbage too. Well, turns out that's not something Logan's good at, and he doesn't like to do it, and I got really frustrated with him for years in the beginning of our marriage, and it finally got to the point where I realized it just wasn't worth it. Like, I could still continue to be mad at him and nag him to take out the garbage, or I could just decide to take out the garbage myself, because I really don't mind it. It's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm the one home most of the time anyway, so I decided to just make the garbage my thing. He still takes it out sometimes, but I don't nag him anymore. I just don't make it that big of a deal, because honestly, he does a lot around the house now, and it just wasn't worth it to me to continue to be annoyed by the fact that he sucked at taking out the garbage. So what I realized after I finally took the time to work on myself instead of focusing on all the things that Logan was doing wrong is that Logan noticed that I was, you know, trying hard and working on myself, and that in turn made him want to work on himself. It's kind of, you know, like a scale. One person comes up here and then the other wants to, you know, balance it out, and that's, you know, ultimately how a marriage works. So if you're struggling in your marriage and you're having a hard time thinking about all of the negative things about your spouse, I would just suggest to really think and pray about the things that you could work on yourself, because we're all humans, so we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and there's always something we could, you know, be better about. And so I know that truly working on myself has greatly impacted our marriage for the better, and our, you know, we really didn't hit that turning point until I stopped, you know, focusing on his weaknesses, and instead I focused on mine and I tried to better myself. It's really when our marriage started to flourish. I could probably go on and on about all the things that I've learned in our almost 9 years of marriage, but I'll cut that off now, maybe save some for another day, or maybe I can get Logan to do his own video. We shall see. But thanks for following along and watching.